20 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 7 of 17 shooting, and a plus-minus of +13, which was the highest of any starter on the Warriors or Cavs yesterday, second highest on both teams. David Lee had +17. Matthew Dellavedova, welcome to Internet Reacts to what happens when players emerge out of fucking nowhere and the Internet reacts. We're going to start off with a few. This is all from Bleacher Report, who rounded these up, so thank you, Bleacher Report, as always. Starting off with the first one, this just doesn't look right. It's the Dellavedova on Jordan. I don't even, like, maybe if he shaved his head.
Yeah, like, they could have done a little more work on it. Take the hair off. More.
I feel like I can do that kind of Photoshop job if I really tried. Yeah, so that's a good one. I like this. This is the Australian $5 note, replacing the Queen, although, again, not the best Photoshop job. Like, I'm not claiming to be an expert here, and by the way, that's the first I've ever seen a $5 bill in Australia. We are all gritness. That's how LeBron responded to Doris Burke after the game. He plays with grit. He plays with that effort that we need. Let's keep going. One of these I need JR's help with, because I think it's an album. This one. JR, what is this?
Belly. It was a movie. Oh. That was Nas and DMX were on the cover of that. I think it was DMX.
I knew you would know.
Now I got to look into it again. It was 90s, man. It was a while ago. I was still a kid. But yeah, definitely Nas, and I think it was a hip hop artist, and they also played the movie. I never saw the movie though.
See, to me, that's a great.
The name of the movie was Belly originally.
Ah, that's why. Okay. Well, it's a very nice. There we go. The Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Deli. Ready to die. That's one of the better ones. I think we have one more. I could be wrong. Oh no! How could you?
Man.
Oh, harsh. It's Dellavedova and Riley Steph Curry Dellavedova, as we can call it. Let's move forward. I think there might be one more. Am I wrong? I'm wrong. There's not. So this 24-year-old guard, this is Rob Taylor from Wall Street Journal, 24-year-old guard from southeastern Australia who averaged 4.8 points a game this season, has become the story of this year's playoffs, helping propel an injury-wrecked Cavs team with 2 wins of their first ever championship and the city's first since 1964. They are within 2, and a lot of that is because of LeBron James, but some of that is because of Tristan Thompson. And then another big part of that is because of Matthew Dellavedova. So we in the previous clip, the NBA Finals Game 3 recap, make sure to check that clip out with us 3 here. LeBron mentioned that he's gritty. He's willing to, he's the first one on the floor to grab that ball. We see players emerge in championship spotlights. And like we said, the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl, their first Super Bowl run, not last year, but the year previous to that. We see Kawhi Leonard become an NBA Finals MVP. Now, I'm not going to go out there and say Matthew Dellavedova is the Finals MVP, not even close, with LeBron James doing what he's doing. But do you think Matthew Dellavedova, is it a good story? Is it only because of LeBron James? Is it we're going to remember this as a highlight from the Finals and we might never see him again in his career? Where do you stand on Dellavedova, JR?
I feel like he's at the place where he's definitely benefiting from who he's playing with. How he reacts to us after this is what's going to tell the rest of his story. Is he going to then continue to develop his game where he can do more than just be the sidekick guy who benefits greatly from playing with the best guy in the league, or if he's just going to, you know, kind of chill and rest on what he's already accomplished? He doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
Or
honestly.
Is he going to sign like a $12 million contract with the Charlotte Hornets?
Right, see, and that's the thing, and that's what could happen when you start feeling yourself and you think, oh, this is all about me. Oh, look what I did. You know how much everyone's talking about me? I'm going to get a Kia commercial. And then after that happens, or you're going to get a commercial somewhere in Australia, and after that happens, then he's the man and he has to work on it.
He only had 4 assists. You need to be averaging 8.5 to be a part of the National Bureau of Assists. With Sebastian Curry and Cliff Paul, and which one's the John Stockton one? That's the best. Don Stockton. Jeremy, where do you stand on Dellavedova?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said before, people get opportunities to do something really great. And right now, he's making the most of that opportunity and really stepping up when he needs to. And I think there's a huge part of that is he's playing with LeBron James. You can say, oh, he's gritty, he's the first guy on the floor, he plays with heart. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people also throw the ball all over the place and never get minutes because they do that. Right. The difference between Matthew Dellavedova is he's playing hard, but he's also playing smart. I mean, this guy's not making mistakes. He's helping them win. He's not just hounding on defense, fouling and missing triples. He's doing things really well. And I think, it's a testament to a lot of things. LeBron, I guess the coaching staff. I mean, we haven't really talked about David Blatt at all, maybe because we shouldn't.
Just because LeBron's the coach.
And that's but basically what I'm getting at. But maybe the assistant coach have done a very good job with him throughout the season. Like this is
Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue's an assistant coach.
He absolutely is. He absolutely is. Yeah. I mean, talk about raw. Matthew Dellavedova is the definition of raw. I guess you can call it talent.
That's one way to put it.
That's not fair. But I didn't think I'd ever ask this. Is his contract up next year? Like, what's the deal with that?
It's some research team. Anybody?
No one has had to ask that question. That's why. No one
I
had
never
reason
thought I'd
to.
ever be asking that question.
We're sitting here going like, well, Paul Millsap's an unrestricted free agent.
As far as I'm concerned, until recently, I just assumed he was being paid an envelope under the table.
Which, by the way, well, and maybe those $5 Australian bills with his face on it.
Hey, there you go.
Might be. Well,
which are worth nothing, by the way.
Which are, as long as his face is on it, basically being paid a monopoly money. What I thought was Dellavedova's play of the night, where there probably should have been about 9 loose ball fouls called at some point. The scrimmage, it looked like a rugby match. We have a still image of Dellavedova diving towards the right-hand side of the picture. You got Steph Curry and LeBron in some weird downward dog position. And Dellavedova, he dove after this ball.
He Dellevadova after it.
Dellevadova after the ball.
Had to.
What's so interesting about that one is because he definitely, and of course there's fouls all over that play. Where I know he definitely got fouled is after he had possession for 1, 2, 3 seconds, he got slapped on the arm. No, don't call it a flagrant. It wasn't a flagrant foul. But at some point, refs, I know you weren't blowing your whistles like you were in Game 2, but at some point, stop that. Like, there's under a minute to go. Us as fans and observants and analysts of this game cannot take it anymore. We're screaming at the TVs like they can hear us, but we know they can't. So there you have Dellavedova's hard shot. Any last comments regarding that?
One thing missing was there was no one's knees in the way on that dive.
I thought about starting the clip by diving at one of your guys' knees, but that would be mean. I don't want to do that.
So, I mean, Dellavedova is Australian, right? Yes. So the other Australian person playing in the series is Andrew Bogut, who has been getting thoroughly demolished by Timothy Mozgov and everybody else. Sorry, did I say Timothy?
Yes.
I know better. It's Timofey.
Timofey.
I'm sorry. Anyway, it's worth noting, he hasn't been playing well. In fact, you could say he's been playing terribly, and he's been being outplayed by everybody he's been matching up against. And I think we might see less Bogut, more David Lee in the future.
We're going to see, so the Australian balance of power is shifting?
That was my segue, yeah.
Okay.
They're both Australian. Take it as you will.
You got it. Kangaroos, Australia, Matthew Dellavedova, Andrew Bogut. There you have it all. What do you think about the internet reacting to Matthew Dellavedova? I really hope to see JR so right to score. You need to shoot some more. Smith go off in Game 4, so the internet can react to that as well. Make sure to check out the So Right remix and the original one from the New York Knicks. Leave all your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. JR Jackson, Jeremy Rucker, Jason Rubin at TYT Sports.